Okay, first of all, tell us a little bit about that last fight. It was a pretty exciting round between you and your opponent.
Yeah, it was a really exciting fight. It was my pro debut with Bama. I was going against a striker. She was coming off 2 knockouts. She had a knockout in the 3rd round, and then her last fight was a 26-second knockout. So she definitely wanted to come out and brawl with me. Really tough Marine girl, but I came out there really confident. I had a really good fight camp with Eddie Bravo, Simgo, and Gil Martinez in my corner. Came out there, felt good. She landed a really clean shot, clean 2 on me, took her down. Once it was down, I knew it was my world. Got on top, started landing some bombs, and got a first round armbar.
Now, you've been doing a lot of charity work as of late, against bullying and all that as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that too?
Yes, actually the weekend right after my fight, I had a huge anti-bullying event. I am partnering with Redemption Martial Arts, and they're a huge nonprofit organization to help stop bullying and just spread the awareness of bullying with schools and clubs, Boys and Girl Club. And so we, me and Stephanie Willis, an IFBB pro, set up this organization. We had bounce houses, we had an Easter egg hunt, we had a bunch of raffles and all this fun stuff, got all the kids together, and then it was over at UFC gym, and so we got the UFC coach to give them a little announcement about bullying and how you're your own worst enemy, and then if you have confidence enough to say, hey, let's be friends and not pick on others, then it'll stop bullying so much and have more friendships created.
Now, I mean, it seems like you're really on track to do a lot of fights this year. You're going to hopefully fight for RFA coming up. Tell us a little bit about that and you kind of how your career is progressing right now.
I just signed a multiple fight contract with RFA. I will be fighting 105 at June 6th in LA for RFA, and I just got back from Sacramento, trained with Team Alpha Male. I trained with Cynthia, who just got her 125 title as an amateur over the weekend for West Coast Fighting Championship. She's really tough. I've trained with her and Paige Van Zandt, who's actually going to be on The Ultimate Fighter coming up. And so I had really good training with them for a full week. Went straight to Texas to train with Team Takedown with Mark Lehman. It's been a solid straight 2 weeks of my 8-week fight camp, so it's going to be a really good camp, and I'm looking forward to making my debut with RFA.
I mean, it is kind of crazy that you're doing all these different camps as well. I mean, tell us about having that opportunity to be able to travel a little bit and be able to train with a lot of these top teams.
That's what's really good about me being young. I work at UFC gym, but they're really flexible with my hours, so being able to just get up and go travel and do these camps is amazing. I actually went to Sacramento. I have grandparents down there, and so I got to spend my Easter with them on top of having a vacation with the training camp. And then actually I went to Team Takedown because they have a girl, Montana Stewart, who's getting ready to make her 115 debut. And so they called me out there asking if I can get her ready. So being able to travel around, being that there's not a whole lot of girl training partners, hard to find girl training partners that are my size, I take advantage of any situation that I can have.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's kind of exciting. I mean, you fight here for tough enough, coming out as well. I mean, it just seems like you've kind of blasted down the scene with the past year. I mean, what's the support been like in terms of the fans and support online as well? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I was actually really nervous my first Tough Enough fight. I moved here just to come train. My dad got a job here. I didn't really know a whole lot of people. I started training at Cobra Kai 4 weeks right before my title fight. I wasn't getting much training in, just in the living room at my gym at my house with my dad. And so when I found Cobra Kai, I just fell in love with everyone there. They instantly became my family. They're really supportive. We actually had 4 guys fight that night. We went 4-0, and after that, everything fell into place. I found really good gyms, training at Green Valley Wrestling, Gil Martinez for striking, and then Simgo with my jiu-jitsu. Everything felt really solid. I have really good teammates down here, and after that title fight, I got the 105 title in November, and everything's just been really solid.
Tell us a little bit about the 105s right now. I mean, what are you expecting? What are you looking at? And and just in terms of the division, how do you see it going over the next year?
The 105 is growing a lot. I know with this 115 division, there are a lot of 125ers that are dropping down, and there's also 105ers trying to go up to 115. So that's where it's kind of give and take with the 105 to see who's going to be around, but they're actually looking for opponents for me today to see if 105ers that don't make it for the tough house that are potential opponents for that. So hopefully it grows. I know all the weight classes are expanding and women's MMA is just growing so much right now, so I know 105 is going to be one of the up and coming weight classes.
And so we look forward to your fight. Hopefully we'll get you appointed for that June card as well in RFA. Any shout outs, any sponsors you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I want to shout out Fight Chicks, Jake and Elizabeth. You guys are great. Brian over at NutriShop, manager AJ, Simgo, Eddie Bravo, Jake, my wrestling coach, Gil Martinez, my striking coach, Boni SI, EXRSI. Greens and Proteins. I'm going there right after there for lunch. You guys are amazing. And then anybody else that I forgot. Love you guys.